As you may, or totally may not know, the US, they had their own Jesus, a simple dude called Alexander Murphy, or Murphy for short. If we're going to celebrate the birth of any Jesus this Christmas, it may as well be this one, a justice machine, totally non-biased, and willing to help everybody. So, when I came across E-SWAT for the Master System, I got really excited. E-SWAT is basically a fond tribute to Alexander Murphy, and roboticized police officers everywhere. And nothing gets me into that Christmas mood as much as helping other people out. Being able to make the world a better place is so much cooler than singing carols. The same dudes who sent you into the middle of a full-fledged gang war with a pistol and a badge, they pretty much save all the best equipment for the top performers. It's like a police force built entirely out of natural selection. Rising through the ranks, you get to see what being an E-SWAT member is all about. It's an amazing feeling when you get to experience all that power. You think it'd, go right to someone's head. And man, it totally would if I didn't have to watch my ammo. I'm forced to only shoot people I can actually see, which is a bit of a bummer. If I was a real police guy, I'd be totally shooting everything, for fear and intimidation purposes. I'm really stoked Sega, they decided to take, the story of the US Jesus and show us what it's all about. But believe it or not, E-SWAT didn't start out on the Master System. Sega has tackled this whole sensitive issue before in the arcades. Look, I'm not going to say E-SWAT on the Sega Master System is arcade perfect, just because the arcade version is so much more awesome. My mate had the entire arcade cabinet, just sitting in his living room for a while, and seriously, this game was heaps more interesting than he ever was. The day he lost it was the day he lost all his friends, and his parents stopped talking to him. The arcade version, it's great. You can shoot kids, there's a few different enemies, different heights and platforms you can fight at, and overall, it's way more cinematic. It's hard to imagine a movie about a roboticized police officer, but if there ever was one, man, I reckon it would look like this. Some scenes, they might even be a bit too cool for Hollywood. Like the concept of a robotic cop taking on wild animals. And then there's the other extreme, like a robot fortress. This is one crazy city. I imagine, instead of standing around shooting these robots, there must be a way to power down the city block, or just wait around until the robots crash. But look, I guess this isn't really a game that you have to overthink. That's when the mistakes start happening. You gotta stay cool. And look guys, if you can track it down, there was also a pretty sweet megadrive version. Totally new levels and design. Sega must have had some really deep respect for Murphy. There's a whole lot of love for this US Jesus. And I guess at this time of year, it's important to remember what it's all about. Celebrating the birth of Jesus, and more specifically, his good deeds. The kind of behaviour we ourselves, we should strive for. Fingers crossed though dudes, and maybe, just maybe, you'll be waking up with one of these bad boys stashed in your Christmas stocking. So, Merry Christmas.